This is Newcap News with Michaela Henschel.
Good evening. Husky Energy is going to court in connection with the oil spill near Maidstone back in 2016, where more than 200,000 liters of oil leaked into the North Saskatchewan River. The province confirmed today that Husky will appear in Lloydminster Court to face one charge under the Environment Management and Protection Act, as well as several other charges under federal legislation. Husky could face up to a maximum penalty of $1 million. In a statement to Newcap News, Husky Energy said in part, "We accept full responsibility for the incident. We deeply regret this happened and we are sorry for the impact it had. We thank the cities, communities, Indigenous peoples and government for their support," adding that they plan to build on those relationships. Husky will appear in court at 10 a.m. on Thursday. Well, the rural municipality of Wilton has been given a special award outlining their success when it comes to safe working. Ryan Craig has more.
The municipality of Wilton is always busy with various projects, including mowing grass, maintaining roads, and on-site construction. With all these jobs, safety is a big deal.
Each year, the WCB board does a conference that brings together organizations across the region for training and whatnot. And part of that, they recognize safe employees. So you can either nominate an individual employee or an employer overall receives an Employer of the Year award.
Just last year, the R.M. of Wilton placed in the top 3 finalists for this same award. This year, they won it from Work Safe Saskatchewan for being the safest employer.
Well, it's very good that they did win the award. They've worked very hard, not only from us, from Protective Services point, but also through the Public Works employees, as we are just all one big machine working underneath one umbrella. Just shows that the commitment from the municipality to the safety of their workers.
We started in 2010 by hiring a safety officer that looks after our employees because we wanted everyone to go home safe. And we've been working diligently since that time. And each year we improve.
Not only does this award boost morale for the municipal employees, but the surrounding community benefits as well.
Well, if you look at a lot of our stats, they've definitely improved a lot over the last few years, showing that, from the safety point, that we are very committed to our employees, our fire department, and looking at the whole thing as a safety option.
We received a lot of calls the next day congratulating us, and it's really great for the community to be able to celebrate this with us.
Ryan Craig, Newcap News.
While multiple bylaws were granted first reading, the materials testing agreement was extended and a proposal for the East Channel Rehabilitation Project was approved. Josh Ryan has the latest from City Hall.
Of the multiple bylaws brought up in today's meeting, City Council spent most of its time on the business license bylaw, which is due to changes brought about by cannabis legislation. Both the mayor and city councillors believe more discussion is needed with the public before moving forward on second and third reading.
Whether or not they feel it's appropriate to charge higher business license for cannabis retailers to deal with the additional costs that come with having those retailers in the city. Especially when it gets to the policing side of things.
Other bylaws pertaining in part to cannabis, including smoking and community standards, will be a part of the discussion for your voice night on April 19th. Council also approved of a 5-year capital plan to meet the requirements of the Saskatchewan Federal Gas Tax Fund Agreement.
The government's, in this case, Government of Saskatchewan, there's money from the excise tax, fuel tax program. So they're wanting to ensure that it's simply not being dumped into a fund and saying, oh, next year we're thinking about this. They're actually wanting to know that we're doing some capital planning, and that's exactly what that plan was that was brought forward.
And a proposal from Tetra Tech Canada to complete the East Channel Rehabilitation Project was approved for more than $84,000. The capital budget for the project is at $1 million. Josh Ryan, Newcap News, City Hall.
Well, the SPCA wants you to start your Easter weekend right by taking your pup to participate in the 3rd annual Easter egg hunt for dogs. The extravaganza gets underway this Thursday. Dog owners can bring their good boys and girls to hunt for special Easter eggs full of treats.
And the dogs can come in and do an Easter egg hunt, just like it is for the kids, except it's filled with treats for the dogs, and all the dog has to do is either touch it with their nose or paws.
The entry fee is $5 per dog, with all the proceeds going back to the SPCA. On top of the treat-filled eggs, there will also be special prizes to give away.
They're all dog specific, so whether it's a toy or a bag of treats, or if it's could be a dog coat, there's just a lot of different things, and it's about a 1 in 5 chance to win. So pretty much everyone is walking away with a prize.
The event starts at 4 and will run until 7 at the SPCA. Well, trade shows are a common attraction across Western Canada, connecting businesses with potential customers. And in this week's Retrospect, Brian Lentz shows us how Lloydminster's own showcase has changed over the decades.
They're rolling out the carpet and getting set for the region's largest trade show. Showcase 98 hits the Lloydminster Exhibition grounds this weekend. Over 300 displays stretching all the way from the Stockade to the Saskatchewan building will be featured this year. Last year's trade show attracted close to 17,000 people, and organizers are hoping for the same this year.
It's spring, and I think people are eager to get out and do something, you know, a little bit more different rather than sitting in their house watching TV.
The showcase is now in its 31st year, and Mike Sidoric himself has seen it grow and change over time.
It's gone from about 40 booths back in its early years to now we have 140,000 square feet of floor space filled with trade show exhibits with over 150 exhibitors.
The showcase attracts vendors of all different types from across Western Canada, but that wasn't always the case.
It came out more like a farm and ranch home type show. Then as time goes, we made some changes and it went to a straight home and garden. Then we moved it to a home garden lifestyle leisure type show as we see today.
The trade show now brings in close to 14,000 visitors to the border city.
And it's a huge economic driver for our region too, because it helps bring people again into town and helps get people recognizing the businesses to support the growth of our region.
That's all for Retrospect. I'm Brian Lentz.
Well, last year's Reapers rugby men's team struggled at times to get players to the field, but this year may provide different. Lance Phillips met with some of the team's members who are quite excited about the upcoming season.
At this time of year, indoor practice is the norm for many Lloydminster field teams, and it's no different for Reapers Rugby. The team is ready for another year in the Edmonton Rugby Union, and positives are already being felt.
Last year this time, we didn't have indoor training practices. Now we've actually got quite a few guys, and the guys that are here right now actually want to learn.
Many of the team's players are new to the Reapers squad, some even new to the rugby pitch, and they come for a variety of reasons.
Well, they're local and they get to hit people, so being honest.
It's been about 7 years, but I've always wanted to play. I've always loved rugby, and I just want to get back into it.
You know what? They're hungry to play. They're fast, good athletes, so I'm excited to see what they can do when the season starts.
The Reapers are once again paired with the Cold Lake Penguins, and Duvenage says he's got nearly 30 players ready to go. It could mean a very prosperous year for the Reapers, and the excitement is already being felt.
They've been great, real supportive and nice guys. I mean, I played before, so I know a little bit, but they're definitely critiquing me on how to be better.
It's an awesome group of guys. Like, I played for the Norwesters, one of our rivals, for about 5 years. And then first season here was like I've been playing here my entire life.
And that's what rugby is all about. Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports.
This is Newcap weather with Gerard Lampa.
Welcome back, everyone. We've already seen that, yes, it's spring, but it's a bit on the sluggish side, and we're going to see that even more over the next 7 days as we'll show you the 7-day forecast. There is snow in the mix for tomorrow, anywhere from 2 to 4 centimeters, in some areas saying maybe 3 to 7 centimeters. Let's take a look on this map and put it into play here. And you can see the warm front associated with that next system that's pushing out of southern BC during the course of the overnight periods and throughout the day. Come tomorrow there, this should stop just at around 5 o'clock tomorrow. So the bulk of it is available probably after 9 o'clock through to about 3 in the afternoon maybe. We're stuck with the cloud cover. It'll be a quick system. probably targeting the Lakelands maybe more than the Lloydminster area, but we're certainly not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. And see these clearer areas available here. There's some colder air that'll come in on the back end of this, certainly there. Temperature-wise, so probably -2s for tomorrow. 4 if you're heading out to Edmonton, -4 to Lac La Biche, -5s around Cold Lake and some parts of the Lakeland region. And then to the south, 2 in Wainwright, Provost, Macklin areas. The chances are there's a rain mix as well. There might be a band of freezing rain that could be just south of the Midwest region come tomorrow. -8 out to Isle Cross, -5 around Green Lake, -6 around Meadow Lake, -4 in St. Walburg areas to -1 from Maidstone. So that's what we're dealing with come tomorrow. Let's head across the country. Vancouver is seeing some showers on the back end of this as well. The showers there, probably the cold front associated with that. They're up at 7, mind you. 6 in Edmonton for a mix of sun and cloud. Variably overcast in Whitehorse for -6, -18 with snow showers there in Yellowknife. Lots of sunshine in Regina, and they're at +2. Saskatoon is also at +2. Let's head to Winnipeg now. +1, variably overcast. +5 in Toronto. I think they were up at 8 at one point there for a mix of sun and cloud. Mainly sunny in Quebec. They're sitting on the freezer at 0. -1, mainly clear evening in Halifax, and also clear in St. John's for -3 and -6 out to Iqaluit. So back to the prairies then, 0 and sunny in the Battlefords, -9, increasingly patchy cloud cover towards the morning, and then looking for -2 tomorrow as the daytime high, and there's about 1 to 3 centimeters available and on the chilly side there. Cold Lake overcast at the moment for the +3, -9 overnights. There's probably about 2 to 4 centimeters. So it looks like it'll target the Lakelands firstly already for some areas northwest of Edmonton, including Slave Lake. There's snowfall warnings out with the system. -5 is what you're settling for tomorrow as the daytime high, and some of these snow showers continuing into the morning there. We're at +3, -8 overnight, and then looking for -2 tomorrow, and it's giving us probably 2 to 4 centimeters, so maybe around the 3 centimeter mark seems possible, but the bulk of it looks later on in the day actually. We'll see if it does start around the morning commute. Settling for -2, -3 on Wednesday, but look at the overnight lows. Once this pushes out, some colder air slides in behind it, and it looks like a chilly start to the weekend, the Easter holiday weekend. -13 for your daytime high both Thursday and Friday. The overnight lows in the -22 range there into the early hours of the respective mornings there. -10 Saturday, -6 for Sunday and next Monday. So looks like a chilly start to the month there, certainly as we wrap up this one and head on into the weekend there.
All right, well, welcome back. Are you a big Bowie fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's dance.
All right, okay. Well, it's kind of weird with no music. Well, music fans have turned out to witness the unveiling of the statue of late British rock legend David Bowie. Yeah, the sculpture is the first ever created of Bowie, who died back in January 2016, and is on display in the town of Aylesbury, where he debuted material from his Ziggy Stardust phase in 1972. Performers Howard Jones and Steve Hogarth were on hand at the unveiling and performed as part of a benefit concert to help recoup the statue's cost.
That's probably an expensive statue there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they did a good job, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty special,
It's
I'd
quite
say,
impressive,
for the town there.
the artwork.
Yeah, well, we have one more story before we go. The star of the NCAA men's basketball tournament so far hasn't been an individual player. It has been unlikely hero, the chaplain of the upstart Loyola Chicago Ramblers. Her name is Sister Jean, and she is a force to be reckoned with.
It feels great. I feel very emotional about the whole thing, but that doesn't stop me from talking. I want to thank everybody who had part of this, and I keep saying, you know, be careful, San Antonio. The Ramblers are on their way.
Wow, would you look at that? The 11th ranked team has shocked everyone by advancing to the Final Four, but whether it's divine intervention or pure talent that got them there, only Sister Jean knows for sure. The 98-year-old nun has won legions of fans for her Raptors, for her rapport rather with the players and her passion for the sport. She reminds me of with Saskatoon Rush. They have a grandma that loves them.
Keeps them spot on.
Keeps them spot on. Anyways, you may have noticed a new cat has a guest on the desk. She's actually been sitting.
Yeah, she's been in the studio all the time and it's done amazingly well.
I think we're gonna send her on to report tomorrow.
Yeah, give her
there
a
you
camera and a
It's our
microphone.
mascot. Anyways, everyone, have a good rest of your night.
Enjoy.
Take care.